Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, Legal Talk with Tammy is back. Tell everyone to tell everyone that we're back and we're back for good. Why was I gone for so long? Like my people will say, I swallowed cockroach. Anyway, my baby is here now. Thank you. I know you're saying congratulations. Thank you very much. And so I really want to take out time to say thank you to those who checked on me. I got emails, I got DMs, I got phone calls. I mean, it was surreal. I really appreciate those who checked on me. I'm fully back now, and I hope that we're going to be able to do this weekly or bi-weekly. At least I promise bi-weekly, but I will try to make it a weekly thing. So that being said, talking about me, my pregnancy journey, having a baby, I thought about it. What should be the first topic I'm going to talk about on this channel now that I am back? And there's no other topic that came to mind but surrogacy. So today we're going to be talking about the legal aspect of surrogacy. If you intend to become a surrogate for someone, or you intend to have a surrogate help you with procreation, this video is for you. And if you know someone who wants to use surrogacy as their method of procreation, this video is also for you. So we're going to be discussing all you need to know legally if you choose to go through this journey. Welcome back to Legal Talk with Tammy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, first things first, let's define what surrogacy is. What is surrogacy? Surrogacy is a situation whereby a woman helps another person to carry a child. This means that the woman can be helping either a man or a woman, basically helping any other person to carry a child. And there are two types of surrogacy. There's the traditional surrogacy and there's the gestational surrogacy. Under the traditional surrogacy, we're going to be using the woman's egg while the man's sperm is artificially placed to fertilize it, and then she carries the baby. While gestational surrogacy, this woman is not contributing anything to the surrogacy process genetically. All she's doing is carry the baby. Okay, so now surrogacy is something that, like I stated earlier, it's a new invention, not necessarily very new, but I mean it's gaining grounds more and more. So in some countries there are legislations for it, while in other countries there are no legislation for it. For example, in Nigeria, we don't have any legal framework or anything whatsoever that guides surrogacy. So we can't even state whether it is legal or illegal. But in the absence of any legislation, all we would say is it is legal, and we'll just use the terms and conditions of a normal contract for it in Nigeria. But in some states in the US, surrogacy is legal, while in some states, while in other states it's illegal, depending on where you are. So if you're going to be having your surrogacy outside Nigeria, you just need to know what the laws of that state says. So now that takes me to the next thing. If the state you're in or the country you're in has laws on surrogacy, whatever contract you're going to be drafting, there will be laid down rules that this and this must be in your contract already, and that already helps both the surrogate and the intended parent. But if the state you're in, like Nigeria for instance, does not have any laid down rules on how the surrogacy thing should work or what the framework is, it is necessary that you state all these things in a contract, and that contract must list all these terms and conditions. Good part is I've noticed that there are some agencies propping up in Nigeria now and in other countries that help both the surrogates and the intended parents. In fact, some of these agencies go as far as introducing the surrogates to the intended parents. They provide all the legal framework, they provide everything for them. However, whatever means you're doing, whether you're going to meet the surrogate yourself, you're going to meet the intending parent yourself, you're using an agent, there is one thing I would always say you should do: ensure you get a lawyer. Especially for you, the surrogate, ensure you get a lawyer. Your lawyer should be present there at all times. A lot of people make the mistake of using the intended parents' lawyers or using the surrogate lawyers or using one lawyer for the whole transaction. It's important that all parties to this contract have their lawyers. So now that we know the meaning of surrogacy and we know the types, it's necessary for us to state the parties to a surrogacy contract. So we have the surrogate, who is the carrier, the person who will be carrying the pregnancy, and we have the intended parents, the people who have decided to meet the surrogate to carry the pregnancy. I mean the person or people, because sometimes the intended parent is usually one party and sometimes it can be two. So going forward, I'm going to be using the two terms. So when I say surrogate, you know what I'm talking about, and when I use the word intended parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So now you have your lawyer, you're about to proceed with the whole surrogacy arrangement, you've agreed, but it's important for you to get it into writing. What are the important things you need to put in that contract? What do you guys need to agree on before you proceed? I'm going to list some of them here. And the first one is selective reduction. This is a situation whereby when a person is about to get pregnant, you can't tell how many children you're going to be having. You can't tell whether you're going to be having a single child or you're going to be having multiple births. You can't even tell if you have 4 at a time, 5 at a time. So it's important that this is stated. So in the event that when the surrogate gets pregnant, after she's fertilized, she has 4 children, what's going to happen to the remaining 2? I mean, if the intended parent wants just 2 children and the surrogate has 4 children, what happens to the remaining 2? So are they going to abort the first 2 before the pregnancy is carried to term, or they are going to have the 4 children and 2 will be given to the surrogates while the intended parents keep the remaining 2? These are terms that need to be discussed. These are things that people normally don't avert their minds to. So it's important that that is stated, that okay, are we going to terminate those children or we're going to carry them full term? So the second thing that is important you have in the contract is termination. Sometimes, while after the pregnancy has matured to a certain extent, we can notice that maybe the child is deficient in one way or the other, or there's something wrong, or it becomes even life-threatening for the surrogate to continue to carry that pregnancy. So termination has to be discussed extensively of that pregnancy. So does it mean that if this child has some deficiency in the contract, if it is stated that the child has to be terminated, then the child has to be terminated. If it's life-threatening to the surrogate and it's stated that the child has to be terminated, and the child has to be terminated, the importance of this termination of the fetus clause is to guard against unforeseen circumstances that could crop up in pregnancy. Pregnancy is a 9-month journey that you can't predict the outcome of the pregnancy. So it's very, very important that before you guys even go into that contract at all, before you even start it at all, you have all this written down and you have all this clearly stated, so that if it comes up, you will know what to do at each particular time. So another factor you need to consider, like we stated earlier, is what if the child comes out unhealthy or with a terminal illness? Nobody wishes for this, obviously, for obvious reasons, but these are things that happen. So what happens? I have seen situations whereby intended parents abandon the child and the surrogate simply because the child is unhealthy, and they say that no, they are not going to take this child from the surrogate, and this surrogate, who had no plans of keeping a child, is stuck with a child they didn't even intend to have in the very, very first place. So it's important that the contract states what happens to the child in the case where the child comes out unhealthy. We don't want intended parents abandoning children with surrogates. We don't want surrogates who are going to be stuck with unhealthy children. We don't want unhealthy children who becomes abandoned children by both the surrogate and the intended parent as a result of their illness. So it's important that this term is stated, that what happens to the child is stated in this situation. Oh yes, this is another one. This one is actually very, very interesting because I like this one. This one is payment plan and finances. Yes, a lot of times most surrogates only carry the children because of money. So if money is important, this fact has to be clearly stated in writing. So, and I'm going to state, I've seen situations, sad situations, this not once, not twice, where surrogates are abandoned, the children are taken away from them, and they are not paid. Usually, the way the contract starts is, okay, you get pregnant and all that. I want you to get pregnant. The moment you confirm you're pregnant, you're going to be giving so amount of money. Okay, maybe let's say the whole thing is, I'm going to give you 20 million naira to carry this child for me to full time. The moment I confirm you're pregnant, you're going to get 5 million naira, or you're going to get 10 million naira credited into your account. So and the balance payment is going to come when you deliver. That's one aspect of finances. So the other aspect is, who is going to be responsible for the upkeep and the hospital expenses and all other incidental costs of the surrogates during the period of the pregnancy. I mean, the fact that you're paying someone, an intending parent is paying someone 20 million naira, does not mean that they will expect them to pay the hospital finances from that money. So it's important that these terms are clearly stated, so we know that, okay, you're paying me 20 million, but you're going to be responsible for paying the hospital bills, you're going to be responsible for my upkeep all through the 9 months period. So it's important that these terms are stated, so there is no problem. And the most important part is, the moment I give you the child, you should be able to balance up the money within so time. Usually, in my own opinion, no contract should have more than 24-hour period. The moment you are getting your child, then the mother too should be getting a payment within, the surrogates, too, should also be getting a payment within 24 hours or less. Another very interesting one, confidentiality. This one is very, very, very important. I know that these days we've gotten to the situation whereby people are fine with surrogacy. Everybody believes that, okay, it's also one of the ways by which someone can properly have children. But some people still do not want the whole world to know about it. The fact that I am fine with it does not mean I am ready for everybody to know that the way I procreate, the way I give birth to my child was through surrogacy. So it's important that the confidentiality clause is inserted into the agreement, so that all parties know that nobody is going to know about this. And in fact, I'm even mentioning this especially because I see it in most movies that in the next few years, one day, the surrogate shows up at your doorstep saying that, oh, one or two things, blah blah blah, I would like to have my child back because this, that and that. So it's important that there is a confidentiality clause there that states that the surrogate is not going to go and start telling people that this person gave birth through surrogacy, I was their surrogate and all that. And this is even more important in this social media age. Before you wake up one day and you see yourself on Instablog and they say that the child that you're carrying as yours was given birth to by surrogacy, and everybody online is just bashing you anyhow. So it's important that a confidentiality clause is inserted in the agreement. Okay, so that's it. That's majorly all you need to know on the legal aspects of surrogacy. So this is, if you have further questions and queries, if you have comments, just let me know. You can DM me, you can email me, you can, well, I don't encourage calling me, but you can DM me or you can email me, and I will definitely respond to you. And if your questions or comments is on other legal issues, my door is open. You can always reach out to me and I will definitely respond to you. Please like this video, subscribe. I don't know, like, I get people viewing my videos. I have more views than subscribers, and I wonder why. Please subscribe to my videos, subscribe, share it with your family and friends. Subscribe. I am going to be giving you quality premium legal content, so I would implore you to please subscribe. It's free of charge, so just subscribe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying with me till this point. I remain your host, Temitope Odeyinka, and this is Legal Talk with Temi. Till I come your way again next week, I wish you a wonderful time. Bye.